Hey guys, and welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. So I have my friend's car Sparkles here, a 2013 Mazda 3 Sky Active Edition. And she says she's never replaced the spark plugs. These plugs, according to the manual, are supposed to replace every 30,000 miles. This car has over 200,000 miles. So like an episode that just rolled in, it's gonna be fun to see what's inside. She's talking about a lot of sputtering, lack of power. So I have a set of coil packs. I have a set of new plugs with iridium tips on them that should go 100,000 miles. So let's dig into this car. Don't go away. This is Doing Things Dan's Way. Okay, tools for this job. You're going to need, for the spark plugs, you need a deep socket 14. The deeper the better. And for the bolts that hold on the coil packs, as well as the kind of retaining clip, those are all just 10 millimeters. So, and you need a deep socket 10 millimeter. I like using this little guy, which just helps me spin on and off things and get things down to hand tight really quickly. I also like to use just a wimpy little drill like this, just to make it really quick to zip things on and off. And then ultimately, you're going to need spark plugs and coil packs. I'll put links down below to all this stuff, which if you want to just go to Amazon and grab parts. Plugs I'm using are iridium tipped, which are good for like 100,000 miles. And the coil packs are from United. Those are COP 574s. As always, put the details of your exact car in your website or in Amazon so that you make sure that the parts you get are the parts for your exact car. Step one, give this guy a yank. And then pull towards you. Step two, we're going to take off these actually 5 nuts. There's one right down here too. So it's just going to take off this little bracket right here. Okay, so now we have 4 coil packs that are going on top of the plugs. This might be a good time before you go any further. Push down the button there and slide it off and make sure that what you have is what you got. So in this case, the Sky Active has 4 terminals. Some of the other versions of this car without Sky Active only have 3 terminals on the coil packs. So before I dig this all apart, I'm just gonna take a quick check to see that this looks correct, and it does. Oh, and for this we need a deep 10 millimeter socket. Okay, so I switched to a deeper socket to go over these shafts. I like using a wimpy little drill like this because if something's cross-threaded or jammed, this thing is just going to stall out. It won't hurt anything. So it's just like a way of being gentle, but also fast. Okay, so to get these plugs off, there's a little tab that has to be pushed down. You can see it there, being pushed on. So you have to push on that tab and then pull. Actually, it'd be smart to go ahead and remove the plug maybe before you do the screws. But these aren't too bad. Okay, let's pull these off, take a look. It does not look horrible. It's definitely a little brown and gross there. Yeah, I'm guessing these are not 200,000 miles old. But we'll see if she has a lot more power when she replaces them. Now, these spark plugs need a 14 millimeter socket. And so if I do that, even though this is it's supposed to be a deep socket, it's still not enough to even fully engage. So I'm gonna play a little game where I basically drop the socket down in there and have to just kind of partially engage the socket to get this to unwind. And then have to use something like these guys. Not this long, but something needle nose like. So this is just resting on top of that socket. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Someone did replace them. That is a factory original that looks actually to be in fairly decent shape. Okay, I'll check the gap on it. Man, I was hoping for like a total train wreck here, but you see the process. these are the plugs I picked up. I'll put some links below to the tools and the parts that I ended up using. These are NKGs. They look basically identical to the factory original. Okay, reassembly is just the opposite. We're gonna carefully feed this down in there. You want to be really gentle about this. If it does not just want to just turn right in, stop, back up, reinsert it, try again. The last thing you want to do is cross thread. And at some point you're not going to be doing anything because you need to do this. So at that point, I'm just going to feed this back down in there. Make sure it engages properly. That's a pain. I love this thing. You're probably sick of it. If you've watched my videos, I use it a lot. You're probably sick of me using it, but I really like it. You don't want to over-tighten these because the engine's going to warm up on them anyway. Now you may ask if you should use antifreeze. What I've seen online is that NKG is saying for these Iridium tips, do not use antifreeze on them. So I'm just going to go with the advice there. So okay, that one's done. I'm going to go ahead and put on the coil pack and plug it in, and this whole cylinder number one will be done. Now the coil pack did come with a little bit of dielectric grease, and it's just not a bad idea to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that around the base of this thing. End up with the valve cover leak and oil and stuff. This would just be a little bit of a protection. And tell me in the comments below if you think I should be shoving this way up inside or not, but you're probably waiting for me to pull this out, aren't you? Dan, you're forgetting something. Dan. Okay, that goes on with a satisfying little pop there. If I was going to dig into this engine anymore, I use emanual.com as a resource where you can buy basically a PDF version of the service manuals for these cars. And they're like $20 to $30 for the whole service manual. It gives you all the detail. I'll put a link down below, and I also have a coupon code. If you use DansWay22, you can get 22% off the cost of the manual, which is a pretty good number. The last one I bought, it was like $33, and that discount got like $7.50 off. So anyway, that's just an option for you. Okay, get that satisfying click, and now we're just going to go 2, 3, 4. Let's get it done. So one person said hand tight, and then 1/8 turn additional. Okay, so for a car with over 200,000 miles on it, this thing still purrs. That's really amazing. I'll take it for a test drive and see how it runs, but otherwise it purrs. It's amazing how smooth this engine is for a 4-cylinder with that many miles on it. But that's pretty much it. You saw I just went through and reassembled everything. Put the car back on, fired up. It should be good to go as far as plugs and coil packs for another 100,000 miles. And with this engine over 200,000, it'll be interesting to see if it's ever done again. And that's it for this one. This thing is up and running and it's purring. Hit up these links for other videos on this car and other car repair videos that I've done. You can smash on my face to subscribe. And as always, guys, until next time, be blessed.